The Podcasting Dead is available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Make sure to subscribe for more podcasts. And while you're at it, drop us a like. If you want to help support the channel and have access to extra content, secret contest, and more, make sure to search for us on Patreon. Patreon.com/thepodcastingdead.
Oh boy, it's mail call, mail call, mail call, mail call. You like that intro music?
Are you done?
I thought it sounded pretty good too.
Fantastic.
Oh boy, we ain't got a lot of questions, do we?
No, which is why we are bringing a close to the chapter of our lives known as mail call. But we'll discuss that as we get into this podcast. As for right now, let's enjoy the last full-on mail call we'll have, at least for a while.
Right.
At least for a while. Since JP was the one who read last week, I will relieve him and I will do the reading this week.
I love it when you relieve me.
I know you do. I know you do. Excuse the squeaking there. I need to adjust my mic. All right, so coming first with Dan Ashtown. Mail call. Is you guys watching Super Bowl this Sunday? If you are, then who are you rooting for and who do you think will win? I know you guys aren't big on football, but I'm personally so pumped for it. Even booked the Monday off so I can watch it down at the pub with a few brews. Stay awesome, boys. Dan, you are the party machine, my man. Let me tell you, that is awesome right there that you took off that Monday. Part of me wants the Chiefs to win because I was talking to our good friend, the sheriff of our town earlier, and he's a big football fan. And when he was explaining to me, the Chiefs haven't won a Super Bowl since like Super Bowl IV, I think, and the coach has never won a Super Bowl, and just a lot riding on it, kind of a good underdog story. And then you've got the 49ers who, if they win this one, will make it into the sixth club, which is, 6 Super Bowls won, which I think, the Steelers and the Patriots?
And how many Super Bowls have there been?
I mean, a lot. I don't know the exact number again. It's been. I used to be super into football, Dan, and then about 10 years ago, all through high school and right out of high school, I was really into football, and then I just kind of got out of it. And baseball and basketball have been my main focus.
Yeah, I don't keep up with none of the balls. I don't keep.
But you do say that baseball is the one you resent the least. So you may actually go with me and our pal to Boston to watch a Red Sox game.
Yeah, man, I might tag along for that if everything is going well and doing right. And it'll be a little weird getting high around the sheriff, but I'm sure it'll be fun. Yeah. A lifetime of hiding your weed smoking has prepared you for this one moment. Yeah, exactly.
Brianne McCann, would you rather? All right, so we got a few from her. The next few are from Brianne. I'll let you know when those wrap up. Let's see to the top. Would you rather wear a whisperer's mask or Walker guts all over, excluding the face?
Ooh, Brianne.
I'm gonna do the Walker mask because that's been tanned and all of that. I still feel like the Walker guts somehow would get you infected, a cut on your hand or.
I'm kind of in the camp that, like you said, the whisperer mask. It's been dried out. It's like a rawhide essentially.
Right. Yeah.
So at this point, I don't see how it'd be any different than wearing like a dominatrix leather mask. Right. I don't see how you're really disguising yourself unless you have that stank on you.
Can you imagine wearing the Walker mask as a dominatrix mask?
Oh God, dude, we should make that a reality.
Who's we? You and I, but with your girlfriend and
just the royal we.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk. Would you rather give up bathing for a month or the internet?
The internet, man. I got to have my daily bath.
Yeah, I actually would love to give up the internet for like a month. I don't know that I ever could, being my job and obviously the podcast. But I would like to at some point have an extended period of time without social media, without the internet, really just to kind of live off the land, as they say.
Yeah.
Just have an organic existence.
I guess we could just podcast with like a tape recorder. I don't know how we'd get it out, but
just figure out how many people are listening and make recordings and send it out to them.
We could do it kind of like they used to do stuff in the old days, like have a number they could call and listen to like a pre-taped thing,
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because people used to do that for certain organizations, like NAMBLA.
NAMBLA?
Yeah, North American Man Boy Love
Association. I saw that on South Park.
Yeah, Howard Stern actually had like the voicemail, like what you would call, and you'd hear like their weekly message or whatever. It's like a message board, but it was, something you had to call and listen to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would you rather enjoy unlimited sushi or unlimited tacos? JP, I think for me, it's definitely going to be the tacos. If you know me, you know that I do not really care much for sushi. I don't remember ever hearing you say that you love sushi, but I could see you liking sushi.
I haven't tried it since I was a little kid, man. So maybe as an adult, I could revisit and I would enjoy it. But as of right here and now, I can't say for sure. So I will go with tacos.
I feel like if it wasn't for the heartburn, you'd love to have unlimited tacos.
Yeah, man. The heartburn's really the cross I have to bear. So
right. So tacos for both of us. Would you rather have touchscreen or a keyboard with mouse?
When it comes to a computer, I guess I'd rather have the keyboard and the mouse.
At this point, it's just what we're so used to.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, I can type much better on a keyboard than I can a touchscreen.
Yeah, precisely.
Would you rather be completely invisible for a whole day or able to fly for a whole day?
Oh, that's...
JP would like to be invisible because of the naughty things he would be able to see.
I'm a perv. I could be hanging out in bathrooms, watching
locker rooms,
and poo-poo. And
I'm going to pick flying just because I've got a little of a fear of heights. Nothing insane, but I heights are one of my, I guess, phobias. So it would be cool to be able to conquer that and actually just fly.
Man, you'd be like Jerry in this last season of Rick and Morty, just floating away, trying to,
right,
get back down to earth without anybody's help.
All right, let's see. Would you rather have horrible short-term memory or horrible long-term memory? I already have both. So, as two people that have enjoyed the old Mary Jane a bit much in their day, I think both of our I think your short-term memory is worse than mine.
Yeah.
But with that said, we both have terrible short-term memory.
Like this morning, dude, I was just not remembering where I put my keys, maybe like half an hour late. So that's a tough one, Brienne, because I don't want to forget my ancient history, but at the same time, it'd be nice to remember where I put my goddamn wallet every now and then.
Right.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick, I already deal with terrible short-term memory, so I guess I would just rather keep it that way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Comfortable with the burden you have to bear.
True. Would you rather be lost in a bad town or loose in a forest? I guess she means lost in a forest. You know what? Part of me as someone who fancies himself to be an outdoorsman and just loves being in the woods. And I feel like I could survive okay. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'd be Survivor Man or that I couldn't learn something. I don't think I'm the ultimate survivor, but I think I know a little bit. I think I have a chance. Let's say that. I don't know that I would survive, but I think I would have a chance. But I'm still going to pick a bad town. At least there's food and water. And
eventually, you would be able to walk to where you needed to go. I got a little bit lost, man, walking around a shady part of Nashville a few years ago, and that was like every person I passed, I was like, oh, God, is this going to be the one to freaking as soon as I pass them, they're going to turn around and yoke me up and knife me and whatever. But it didn't happen.
I got lost in a bad part of Richmond one time.
Ooh, that's
and you know how that can be, man. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, it certainly can be.
Thank you so much, Brienne. You know we love you.
We love you.
D. So we got a few from D here. Sweet so the next several will be from Sweet D. Mm-hmm. That's what we're going to start calling you, D. Sweet D.
I love it.
And we're Southerners, so we love sweet tea. So you'll be Sweet D.
Yeah.
Which I know could mean something else.
Yeah.
Give you that Sweet D.
Yeah. Put a little ice in my mouth. Woo.
She said, Walking Dead favorite season for me is season 2. Totally get it. Brienne, D, that's awesome. I'm glad to know we're not alone in that. Because for the longest time, 2 has been, I think 3, I still maintain, I think 3 was Walking Dead's peak. But as far as what I enjoy, we've both said for years Walking Dead season 2 was our favorite.
Yeah.
So it's so cool to meet someone else that agrees because a lot of people don't. And then she ranks it season 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 9, 7, and 10. Wow, that's good rankings. Yeah. Oh, man, she really doesn't like this new season.
Oh, come on, D. Give it a chance.
Let's see. And then the next one, she just gives some kind words, which, of course, D, we love you.
Yeah.
Oh, and then she explains, pub cheese is like a mixture of different cheeses, and sometimes they add some peppers to spice it up. You can do whatever with crackers, but warm up. Oh, man, I want pub cheese now.
I don't know if I'd like that or not, D.
I feel like it would mess your stomach up.
But I don't know if I'd like it.
I think I would love it. But
yeah, that sounds like
JP's got kind of a... Man. Yeah, JP, sometimes your stomach, I know, can give you some trouble. It sounds like something, if it was going to mess up your stomach, that'd be it.
Well, I don't really have lactose issues. If it was too peppered up, it would hurt me, but... I'm not a huge cheese head.
And on top of that, too, peppers, you don't like heartburn.
No, I don't. But
man, I'm going to tell you, D, I want some pub cheese now. Where can I go to get it? Where can I go to get some pub cheese?
We're going to look up some videos on making it. Maybe we'll do a little video.
Cooking tutorial?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Let's see.
We could do that for the mid-season premiere, like
oh shit, I lost my place.
Like a little Super Bowl Sunday kind of thing, but in your basement and make food like that.
I mean, we could. You just have to bring your ass down.
I got to bring my ass.
You got to bring your ass.
I'm going to bring
Don't you come without that ass.
I'll tell you what.
Don't you leave that ass at home again. All right, so Eternal Rex says, thank you for the help, and yes, I have to agree with y'all on Oblivion Song and Gideon Falls. I enjoy both of them. Yes, read Something is Killing the Children. We told you about that one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of a few, Eternal Rex. I thought of a few after we got off the podcast last week, as I knew I would. And I'm like, I should have mentioned this, and I should have mentioned that. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoy those two, man. I really do too. I'm kind of ready for Gideon Falls to wrap up. Not that I'm not enjoying it, but it has been stretched, and I'm just ready to.
I got to catch up on it.
See the culmination of all of this. But with that said, it's fantastic.
But it's been optioned for either a series or a movie, so we might be podcasting about that before long.
I think it would make a better movie, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I can't remember which is which. I can tell you real quick though, as you're going through questions.
Sure. And yeah, I like the Oblivion Song a lot too. I mean, it definitely had its slow point, but and the Appalachian American says, I feel the love, JP, because I'm pretty sure you forgot his name or something last podcast.
That happens. Yeah, that happens. But I looked at our Patreon, and I connected the dots with who the Appalachian American is. And
wow, that's really all the questions we got. I mean, we have Jonas Balili makes a comment about killing a cow being part of the circle of life, and saying that he watched a video saying the biggest evidence that we have, which points to having our plant diet, our teeth that we just got used to eat. Basically saying that we used to be more plant-based, but over time we got used to eating meat, which you could be exactly right. If I got to eat and I had to pick, because the choice was to pick between what, a cow or a pig, right?
I can't remember, dude.
There's a documentary on Netflix, The Game Changers. JP, you might find this interesting. They've scientifically mentioned that eating meat reduces blood flow, which reduces in a smaller circumference and a lower erection during intercourse.
I'm intrigued, but isn't it true that if our ancient ancestors hadn't started eating meat and more protein, their brain wouldn't have developed into the modern human brain? Am I tripping? Or I think that's true, dude. Now, as far as the penis circulation, I can't attest to that. I've always been a heavy meat eater, and I've always got a lot of random erections, but I don't know, man. And what we were talking about earlier, Gideon Falls has been optioned for a TV series, and James Wan is on board to direct.
Oh, that's cool.
Remind me what James Wan has done?
What else has he done? Who am I thinking that did the video games? There's one guy that used to make some video games. He made films, too, but
He's a film director, screenwriter, producer, and comic book writer.
Didn't he do Good Boy? Or let me see.
He's the co-creator of the Saw franchise.
No, co-creator, so from the beginning? Because the first 2 or 3 I really liked. It's once it got past that.
Let's see, filmography. Saw 0.5. There was a 0.5.
Well, he did Insidious. That was good.
Okay, he directed Saw, the original Saw.
Nice.
He directed, what else? Insidious, yeah.
Oh, he's done a lot of really good stuff. I mean, he's done some okay stuff, too. But yeah, okay. Hey, maybe James Wan will be the one.
Oh, he directed Aquaman. Okay.
Who am I thinking that does the video games? If you know what I'm talking about, please let me know. There's a fellow with an Asian name that used to do. I think he was more well known probably a decade ago, but he used to do. Anyways, but yeah, Jonas, thank you for the comment, my man. We know we love you. I think that's it. So this is why we're canning mail call to an extent. We're cutting it out. I don't think we're going to do a dedicated mail call podcast anymore, just because, I mean, like with this one, every time, thank God for Brianne, for Dee, for Jonas, for the people that should come in to help it going. But I mean, it's getting to the point where it's just getting less and less. And I think that where we messed up was we probably should have done one mail call podcast per month. We should have probably promoted it, each podcast. And then if we were going to pile them all into one, done it once a month. But what we've decided to do is that if you want us to answer your questions, because we'll never not interact with our listeners. That's one of our absolute favorite part. Even if, we don't do a dedicated mail call, we'll always still want to talk to our listeners, because that's our favorite part of this whole experience. So what we're going to recommend doing is any podcast where you have a question, say if you got a Walking Dead question, hashtag it mail call and put it on the Walking Dead video. And then next week's Walking Dead video, at the end, we will answer questions that are mail called in that. Conspiracy. When we do a conspiracy cast, if you have questions on that, hashtag it mail call, put it in there, and we will answer it that way. I think one thing people really liked about mail call was the casual nature of the conversation, the way that it got us to just conversate about any and everything, right?
Yeah.
I would think that would be what people liked about it. And it says, I know this sounds like a money pitchy thing, but it's for $1 a month. They're not saying that's, but we do have 2 podcasts on our Patreon that are like back behind the scenes. I don't even know how you describe them. I mean, it is basically just random conversation. So it is just us 2 shooting the shit the way that we do on mail call. Because we do, on average, we do about 5 podcasts a week, which considering, I'm a new dad. JP's got shit going on. We've got JP's got a lot of cats. We've got we run several radio stations. I have a morning show and an afternoon show. JP's got a morning show. He sails.
We've got 6 cats.
He's got 6 cats. It's just it gets difficult sometimes to churn out all 5, and on top of that, especially when one doesn't really get that much attention anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it just. Not that we won't do anything on Friday. We might find a new something to fill that Friday slot.
Sure.
But so if you want to ask us a question, ask it. Just hashtag mail call, put it on a video, and I promise we'll answer it. But as far as having a dedicated mail call podcast for now, not saying it won't ever come back, for right now, I think this is going to kind of wrap up the mail call Fridays for the time being.
I wonder what happened to Zakai. We hadn't heard from him.
No, and I'm scared because that was he's in Australia, so I'm really hoping that
think a dingo got him.
No, I just hope fire didn't get him. I'm worried about the fact that it was all those fires, and we haven't gotten a comment from him since pretty much the fires began.
Well, Vixie Bixie is in New Zealand, not that far away from Australia. Maybe she can do some fact finding for us.
Please.
Another person we haven't heard. Well, she interacts with us a little bit more on the Patreon, so we know she's still out there, doing well, operating on laminals.
I hope that she's okay too. We love mail call, and that's our favorite thing is answering questions. But at the end of the day, Brianne, we're working you too hard.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of concepts and questions are kind of getting retread, and it's hard not to. I mean, how many things can you honestly, ask us?
Right, right. And I mean, even people that, used to be diehard about the mail call, and I don't blame them one bit. I probably would have, quit asking questions a long time ago. But, we've used to see, we at least could name probably 5 or 6 different people that always, but I mean, now it's getting down to where it's basically like 1 or 2 people per podcast. Like this one, I think the only actual question we had was Brianne. I think Jonas Billilli gave us a cool fact. We had Dee gave us some really cool information, and now has me wanting pub cheese really bad.
Yeah.
And we've had a few Eternal Wreck, but I mean, I think we really only had, Brianne's questions more or less. And so, at this point, I think that I think it's just, so hashtag anything you want to add, JP.
No, I think that's about it. Like I said, we'll still interact. We'll still answer stuff. Don't lose touch. Don't lose faith. And consider the Patreon just because I think we both agree that it's probably some of the best content we've put out since we started doing this.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we're not trying to do a sales pitch.
It's not nice like one of those things. We're not backing off
in the money to put back in the podcast, but.
And if you look at the comments section of Mail Call, you'll see what we're talking about. This isn't something that we just up and we're like, all right, we need to figure out a way to make more money. Let's not do Mail Call and push them to the Patreon. Mwahaha. No, you can look at the comment section. Just go to the playlist and start going back and just look at how in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And that's why I say we probably should have started doing that once a month. Like pushed it every podcast, every week, any questions. And then at the end of the month, we'd have had this collection of questions to ask. Yeah. But we did it every week. And so the mistake in that is the fact that, like you said, all questions have pretty much been asked.
Yeah, so it seems.
And I think people just kind of got burned out on it because it's there every week, same thing. So if you do want that casual conversation that we have in the Mail Call podcast where we don't have a specific subject we're staying on and being more of ourselves, check out the Patreon. Again, $1 a month.
$1.
Like you can get it for as little as $1 a month. Yeah. Now, we definitely do plan to start doing some like tiered stuff because we've got some people that are donating a crap ton of money, and I feel bad that we're not offering them anything more exclusive to their price range. But one thing I can promise, even $1 a month, you will always get an extra podcast a week out of that.
That's
even if, because right now we do 2 a week. So, even if we do say, hey, $5 people, you get an extra podcast or you get a video cast, whatever. Even at the $1 a month, you will still get an extra. I mean, so when you think about that, you're basically paying 25 cents per podcast. You know what I'm saying? So you get 4 extra podcasts in a month. That's $1.25 per podcast.
It's a lot of bang for your buck.
And if you don't want to do that or you can't afford that, hey, that is perfectly cool. Like we still have our Walking Dead cast, we still have our Weird Wednesday.
And we're always workshopping new ideas for new podcasts and new formats. So, there's a lot of good stuff to come in 2020 as far as this little show is concerned.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
We're going to be doing some remote adventures, lots of cool stuff, more video aspects.
And Dan asked a question. How could I forget our good pal, Dan?
Of course.
You know I love you, Dan.
Yeah.
Dan, Jonas, Brianne, Eternal Wreck. I'm not even scrolling at this moment. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. So just to show you how much we know, love, and remember you. Jonas Balili, D, Brianne, Eternal Wreck. Did I say Dan this go around?
Yes.
Okay. Right, just making sure I do. And we had Young, what was the name? Young PM, Young JM. And of course, our pal, the Appalachian American.
Yes.
So, I mean, we had, we love you guys.
Yeah.
I just feel bad because I know that, some people really like this and I hate it. But, I mean, we are getting to the point where we're like, wow. Keep in mind that some of them used to be like an hour and a half because it was just so many questions. And
I know.
I mean, I've been rambling on and on for the last, 15 minutes, and we're only at 20 minutes.
Well,
so Mail Call technically was over like the first 10, 15 minutes. So
short and sweet, nothing wrong with that.
But hey, $1 a month, consider it. You get 2 extra podcasts. And again, that may go to 1 extra per week. But I mean, still, some people do Patreon and don't even really give that much extra content. The whole point is you're just helping them to make a living off of, and you're helping support the channel. We want to make damn sure that the people that put money into ours, even the $1 a month, that they get something as a thank you because you don't have to spend that $1 with us, so we appreciate it. So consider it.
Yeah.
And
yeah. And merch on the way. Definitely patrons are going to have first dibs on all the sweet merch once we
promise that's on the way, man. Like, we've really got one group of people that we're working with, and JP's friends with the guy, known him since they were kids, and they do fantastic work. So it's not like they're terrible and we're stuck with them. No, they do good work, but it's just a slow process. And they designed a logo, and they misunderstood what we were saying and gave us something that's just a little odd and
very weird. Yeah, very strange.
We're trying to get back with them and get it redone.
Yeah, and they do a lot of work in town, so it's not, like some dude in his basement that can just do it this weekend. It's a long order process. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, cool stuff on the way, dude. It's going to be a good 2020 for the podcast.
I think so.
Yes.
I think so. But yeah, so we'll see you Monday as we discuss something Walking Dead related.
Walking Dead, yeah.
We might just talk about The Walking Dead. Who knows?
Yeah, man. I wouldn't mind maybe revisiting some comic stuff. I don't know. We'll come up with something, man. Maybe a good Walking Dead what if. Let's brainstorm that this week.
Ooh, that'd be good. We haven't had a good Walking Dead what if in a long time.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, I will. We will see you on Monday.
Monday it is.
I'm Justin.
I'm JP.
With the Podcasting Dead.